It's a Sunday, it's Interlagos, it's the Brazilian Grand Prix, and there are many, many reasons to smile as we head to round 20 of 21 in this 2019 Formula One season. It is the Brazilian Grand Prix here at Interlagos for the 37th time. Been waiting a while at the front, but they can see the lights going on ahead of them. And it's lights out, away we go. And Sebastian Vettel did get a better start, but it's a short run down to the line, and Verstappen covers him off. Hamilton is trying to squeeze around the outside, and does so. There's a look up behind, but it's Verstappen, Hamilton, Vettel, and then Valtteri Bottas, Alex Albon, and Pierre Gasly as they head down the hill. Raikkonen tucked in behind Romain Grosjean. Kevin Magnussen wheel to wheel there with Lando Norris in the McLaren, but it's Verstappen out in front and pulling away.
And Hamilton had to start defending, and that's given Verstappen a little bit of a breathing space, but it's totally energised Lewis Hamilton's afternoon by getting past the Ferrari into turn one.
Game on here, Hamilton against Verstappen. This is Charles Leclerc, and now he's got past Lando Norris as well. And very, very good reactions from Lando Norris to avoid the Ferrari crashing into him. Norris gets that place back, but it's a straight drag now all the way to the finish line, and you get the feeling Leclerc's going to win out that one. 1.3 seconds, Verstappen ahead of Hamilton, and we look back now to see Charles Leclerc ahead of Lando Norris. Daniel Ricciardo going around the outside of Lando Norris as well.
Lando wasn't giving up, was he? He came back at Leclerc. Leclerc gave him a bit of a swipe to get him off the throttle, but he came straight back at him. Great racing there from all of them.
And he came straight back at Daniel Ricciardo, and he's almost pushing him off onto the grass there. I think Ricciardo did touch the grass as Norris aggressively defending that in 12th place. Ricciardo down the inside into Desquino de Largo. Oh, he locks up. Magnussen spins round as they make contact, and it's damage to the front wing of Daniel Ricciardo's Renault.
That had tears written all over it, didn't it? Dan Dare on the brakes, Daniel Ricciardo, and Kevin Magnussen doesn't yield too easily.
Ted, down to you.
Well, they're neighbours in the pit lane, so I can see the Haas mechanics shooting evils at the Renault guys as Daniel Ricciardo now comes in. His time ebbing away in such a great opening few laps. Some spirited fight ends up in a compromised race and a new front wing for the Australian. But, well, he changed his tyres as well. New soft tyres, so that's obviously a two-stop. Let's see what Ricciardo can recover from there. But, yeah, the guys next door at Haas, Kevin, he's continuing.
Here goes Leclerc, ladies and gentlemen. And the crowd love that. You can hear them in the background. It's another pass through into turn one and up into 6th place for the Ferrari.
Young Charlie Leclerc, of course, on medium compound tyres too.
They're bringing in Valtteri Bottas first. They're bringing Lewis Hamilton first. Don't miss this shot, they said Lewis. And this is the undercut attempt, and it's soft tyres that go on for Lewis Hamilton.
Oh, that's given Red Bull something to think about, hasn't it?
Hasn't it just? Let's go down to Ted Kravitz, as we can see.
It's the only choice they had. It's the only choice they had. They had a little bit of a gap. It's not much. Has it been hammer time? I can see Hamilton's set a quickest middle sector. This stop needs to be perfect. It is perfect.
It's a sub 2 second stop for Max Verstappen, who then has to stop as the Williams of Kubica comes out of his pit box. That has held up Verstappen. The crew did their best for him, but that Williams coming out at the wrong time for Verstappen has cost him the advantage over Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton is through and quite a long way clear as Verstappen finally gets past the Williams. Oh, it all went so right, and then what, 200 yards later, Martin, it all went so wrong.
Yeah, naughty of Williams to release that car into the path of Verstappen.
Wow, that could make a huge difference in this race. Hamilton now behind Charles Leclerc, so he is being held up, and he is all over the back of that Ferrari looking for a gap through. There will be another pit stop coming for Verstappen to try and make his way past Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton, neat move there on Leclerc. If he can make that stick through Maguglio, and he does. Verstappen on the inside tries to get past as well. And now the gloves are really going to come off here, because after the opening spars and jabs, is Verstappen poised to land a knockout blow on Lewis Hamilton.
Great move there. Lewis needed to get that done. It's just not working out for Ferrari at all.
Here goes Verstappen. Lewis tries to cover him off. Verstappen through at turn 1. And he has made amends for getting held up in the pit lane at the earliest available opportunity. That was brilliant from Max Verstappen.
And now Hamilton's got the DRS down towards turn 4. Verstappen goes on the defensive. He'll be more of an acute angle into the corner. Has he got it covered? He has.
This could turn out to be the battle that we've been waiting for ever since Hungary, when Lewis Hamilton caught Max Verstappen right at the end of the race. Hamilton's now going to charge and try and get back on terms with that Red Bull, who's got his teammate Alex Albon just ahead of him. And this is what happened. Robert commits his pit stop. Oh, and that might be looked at by the stewards as well. He certainly caused Verstappen to slam his brakes on there.
You could see it all unfolding, couldn't you? They did have markers. You can see the boards on the pit wall as to the cut-off point. Yeah, that's an unsafe.
Yeah, and it was exaggerated by Kubica coming right over to the right-hand side as well. He could have let Verstappen go if he knew he was there, of course. Right, here comes Lewis Hamilton. He's got DRS on Max Verstappen. Verstappen goes to the inside. Hamilton's going to have to go the long way round, and he does! Oh, that's brilliant! Hamilton swoops round the outside into turn 1, and he regains the advantage over the Red Bull. But the Red Bull, with DRS now, can come back at him down the Retta Aposta. Is Verstappen far enough back? Oh, he is far enough back in terms of Lewis Hamilton preserving that advantage. What a shame. Verstappen couldn't have a go.
No, Verstappen's still out front.
Oh, sorry, it's Albon. Sorry.
Yeah.
Come on, guys, give me the information when my battery's dead.
It's a new set of medium tyres that's going to go on for Alex Albon. A little bit sticky on the right rear. 2.6 seconds the stop for the Red Bull crew, and Albon will come out with Grosjean and Norris coming past the finish line. Right, so Ted, down to you.
Yeah, this is kind of one-stop territory, isn't it? We're looking at Sebastian Vettel racing Valtteri Bottas, but that's a medium tyre, so they've satisfied the rule, unlike the other two, Verstappen and Hamilton, who definitely have to stop again using both sets of tyres, both compounds rather. But can Seb get to the end of the race on those mediums? We will see.
40 laps, Pirelli say these medium tyres can do. It's the hard compound tyre going on for Bottas, so he should comfortably see that through to the end. Actually, he's coming in now, is Charles Leclerc, so this is plan C then, maybe a little bit earlier than they were expecting, and it's the hard tyre that's going on. So Ferrari maybe switching to that hard tyre and thinking, yeah, that's the one that's definitely going to get us to the end of the race. Valtteri Bottas coming in now. I was going to say, if they wanted to pit him, you could get out ahead of Albon, but it's Bottas that they're going to pit first. Medium tyres going on to the end of this race, and that's to protect against the undercut and against Alex Albon in case he came in beforehand. The key here is, can they get that car serviced and the tyres changed before Alex Albon makes his way through the centre S?
The fastest pit stop, it wasn't, a 3.3 seconds. Meanwhile, Verstappen has cleared most of the traffic. He's got a reasonably clear run and a 3-second cushion, so presumably Red Bull will react immediately. They've got to, haven't they? They've got to cover off the undercut.
And here then comes Max Verstappen. It was a 1.9 second stop for him last time. It looked neat and it looked tidy. I don't know how quick it was, we'll find out in a couple of moments. Another 1.9 seconds from the Red Bull crew have very much played their part in helping Max Verstappen this afternoon. Where on the harder compound tyre just stays ahead, just about stays ahead. Bottas will have DRS once more. Look how hard it is, fighting the car through the Curva de Sol, but he's managed to keep in close contention to the Ferrari. Not easy to overtake round the outside. Leclerc doesn't make it any easier for Bottas, and there's what, a metre, 2 metres between the two cars as they head towards Ferradura and the horseshoe. Can Bottas slip down the inside here? No, he can't, but he's going to stick at this for as long as possible, because this is not helping Valtteri Bottas's race whatsoever. Bottas is pulling over, and he's pulling out of this race. Valtteri Bottas slowing down. We saw the smoke coming out of the back of his engine, and it's going to be a terminal problem for Valtteri Bottas as he retires from this race.
And how sensibly will he park that car? Will we need a virtual safety car? Will we need a safety car indeed?
He's done a very good job indeed there to keep it going, trundle down, find the gap in the fence and park it off the track.
Yeah, he's out of the firing line.
Lost the power. Copy.
Safety car, full safety car.
Well, safety car. And this could make things very interesting indeed in this race.
Box, opposite Verstappen.
So if Verstappen comes in, you stay out, and if Verstappen stays out, you come in. So Ted Kravitz, you're going to see one of these two cars, possibly it's Verstappen coming in, Ted.
So he stays out, but Verstappen's going to put a set of soft tyres on, and then he's going to be very quick. It's only 11 seconds. Verstappen can make that time back. So this is a gift to the likes of Leclerc, who can put fresh tyres on. Romain Grosjean, who is being chased down by loads of other people on trying to make a one-stop race. That's going to be a gift to him. I think Lance Stroll is going to pit as well, as I see the Red Bull coming in on those soft tyres. McLaren, they're going to pit as well. So it's really helping a lot of the midfield runners. But let's see the Hamilton and Verstappen, as Max is now going to chase him down.
As in comes Charles Leclerc for his pit stop. The key here is that the lapped cars, Martin, can unlap themselves. So if there are a few cars in between Hamilton and Verstappen on the track, I think most of those are lapped cars and will get out of the way.
I can see the Ferrari mechanics coming out of the pit lane. I think they're expecting Sebastian Vettel in now, so we'll see what happens.
Alex Albon comes in for his second stop in this race, and a nice shiny sets of soft compound tyres going on for Alex Albon. Albon all over the back of Sebastian Vettel. He's got a decent jump. Gasly's right on the tail of Charles Leclerc as well. Albon is going right at Sebastian Vettel here as Max Verstappen over the hill comes wheel to wheel with Lewis Hamilton. Round the outside of turn one he goes. Verstappen's got the restart sorted. That was fantastic. Albon's got ahead of the two Ferraris. Leclerc now gets shot wide by Sebastian Vettel. Verstappen leads. Hamilton coming back. Then comes Albon and Vettel. Verstappen and Hamilton wheel to wheel through the Cena de Lago, and Hamilton just has to back out. There was no more room for him. Albon still has Vettel right on his tail. Which way is Vettel going to go? He's going to have to stick behind the Red Bull there. Charles Leclerc slots in behind his teammate. Then comes Pierre Gasly, Sainz, Raikkonen, Giovinazzi and Grosjean in the points. He needed to outscore Verstappen by 13 points and Vettel by 8 points, and at the moment, no, he just wants to get past his teammate, which he does. Charles Leclerc down the inside of Sebastian Vettel, and he moves himself up into fourth place. Vettel will get DRS down the Retta Aposta. Can he now fight back? Leclerc made it very tough earlier. Oh no, he's got a puncture. They made contact, and Charles Leclerc's got a puncture caused by contact with his teammate Sebastian Vettel.
It's actually a broken front suspension as well. Steering arm or something. And
Vettel's got problems too. And that is a Ferrari collision and a double DNF for Ferrari that has been caused all of their own making. They were racing hard, they got too close, and they're both
debris
out.
all over the track. A car in the firing line on the outside of turn 4, and this is totally self-inflicted here with Ferrari. Safety
car's been deployed. We have another safety car in this race. That was that little touch there. And it's...
I'm a puncture. What the hell is he doing? Sorry. Puncture. My God, Mr. Side!
Hamilton's pitted in this, obviously, with the safety car deployed. Hamilton pit. It's Red Bull 1 and 2 now.
Well, Hamilton pits. They're obviously thinking we're going to get a couple more laps of racing in here, and that will help Lewis Hamilton. But where is he going to come back out into the field? Carlos Sainz is
head of that big pack.
Yeah, but he's going to be behind Gasly. He'll be behind Pierre Gasly.
Gasly's on the podium. Honda 1, 2, 3 at the moment. Well, he's gone. He's bolted.
He's got the clearance. The green flags are there, and he really is away, Max Verstappen. And round the outside of Pierre Gasly goes Lewis Hamilton, and back up into the podium places. Now Alex Albon has got Hamilton to contend with as they all file through the centre S, and Hulkenberg trying to make a move on Sergio Perez, back in the distance there, and he might just have done that, you know. Ricciardo's certainly ahead of him. No, Hulkenberg is behind us. Hamilton looks to challenge. Alex Albon can't quite get past him. And Alex Albon has Hamilton troubles here as he turns in. Oh, and Lewis Hamilton makes contact with Alex Albon, whose first podium in Formula One is sent spinning and drifting away in the infield in Interlagos. Oh, and you could see that coming as well. Max Verstappen gets his foot down for one last time towards the line. Lewis Hamilton tries to make his way where we've got past Timo Glock in 2008 and Jun Sao to get past Gasly. The checker flag is out. The Brazilian Grand Prix goes to Max Verstappen a year after he finished second and had it taken away in his redemption day. Hamilton fights Gasly to the line. Gasly comes home to take second place by less than a tenth of a second and win his first podium in Formula One. Hamilton comes home third. Carlos Sainz equals his best performance in a race by finishing fourth. Kimi Raikkonen is back in the top five ahead of Giovinazzi. What a day for Alfa Romeo. Daniel Ricciardo finishes seventh. Lando Norris finishes eighth. Sergio Perez and Danny Kvyat complete the top 10. They are going potty at Toro Rosso and they will be celebrating at Red Bull 2 for Max Verstappen. It is a Honda 1-2, but who thought it'd be a Red Bull and a Toro Rosso? That was the margin that settled second place in this race. It was a car's length.
That's the race win. That is the race win. You absolutely bossed it. Magic today. Absolutely bossed it. Fantastic.
We did it as a team, guys. Unbelievable. What a race. Oh, I loved it.
Redemption, Max. Absolute redemption from last year. Brilliant race. Brilliant race.
Totally.
Exactly, and I think the way we fought for it made it even better. Thank you, guys. Great day.
P2.
Good job there.
Sacre bleu, c'est magnifique. Honestly, I can't stop crying for Pierre Gasly now as well. I'm so delighted for that man. The stewards hard at work as the drivers get ready to celebrate. It's a samba celebration here in Brazil. The championship decided, and we thought we might have a bit of fun, but boy were we treated to a magnificent Brazilian Grand Prix of Ricciardo Interlagos. Max Verstappen wins.
So strong enough.